A lot of photographers, they only want to post their work. You need to focus on showing your client what that experience is going to be like.
You're not only using your Instagram platform to show I'm talented, but you're also using it to build trust, to break down barriers and thoughts they have.
People are interested in who you are as a person too, so that's another way to build trust as well. Branding is very important. I think that's what a lot of photographers lack.
Sometimes you may lose out on a client simply because of how much you're hyping. What's up, y'all? It's Adonis here with We Thrive Podcast. And today I brought a special guest, a friend of mine's, and honestly, someone y'all been watching a lot. And I know y'all been wanting to get him on the podcast. So we got here Guy X Photo himself.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all?
What's up? Let's go. So I have him here on this podcast, and you've been doing photography for how long?
9 years at this point.
9 years. And I know when I initially met you, you were initially in Florida and you were just transitioning to Atlanta. And you've been here since. But it seems like you go back to Florida
because it's a bag there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If the bag there, I'm gonna go get it.
Okay, vet. So tell me, so a lot of people, I pay attention to your following, your people, and a lot of them, the biggest thing I noticed is they're at loss for words of how you're able to attract so many people and eyes on your business. And you've only been doing it through Instagram, or am I wrong? Or is there other platforms? Because it seems like you've only been doing it mainly with Instagram.
No, for the most part, I only use Instagram. I try to get into TikTok.
Okay.
Like right now I have 14K on TikTok, but
Okay.
I don't really post on there. But I know for sure this year I'm gonna make TikTok more of a priority.
Okay.
But 99% of my content is only through Instagram.
Instagram. So is it just so what about your clients? Is most of your clients just Instagram?
Well, I would say it's Instagram and referrals. So that's just a byproduct of doing good business and trying to take care of your people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do a lot of my marketing through Instagram and then just people word of mouth.
But is it like paid ads or
I don't do any
organic?
paid. I haven't done paid ads in like probably 2 years.
It's my experience. Like every time I've done paid ads, like I've done it years and years ago, it tarnishes my reach on Instagram afterwards.
Yeah, so I feel like once you start paying Instagram to promote your stuff, your engagement is gonna drop. So that was really the main reason why I stopped doing it, and I just started focusing on organic engagement.
Yeah.
And just really targeting people and understanding my audience and knowing what they want to see.
Yeah.
And what I know that they're gonna share.
Ooh, what they're gonna share, not just what they want to see. Because if they're not sharing it,
yeah, because you know on Instagram it breaks the statistics up as followers and non-followers, and it shows you who's looking at your stuff.
Yeah.
My goal every time
Yeah.
is to have the non-followers at a certain amount. Like if anything, I really want it to be more than the following side.
Yeah.
Because my followers they already rock with me. I already know that
and you can
like my
continuously nurture them anyway. So.
Right. So my whole goal is to bring in as many people that are not following me as possible.
while others, they're trying to please their current followers. They're so consumed with trying to keep their current followers going, while your focus is, nah, I'm trying to get.
Well, I would say I still cater to them too.
Okay.
Because a lot of my
It's
followers a lot of my followers are photographers that are looking to learn photography as well. So I try my best to make sure that I'm still doing things that are engaging to them, but I have like separate content too that's gonna bring new people in that want to see that same stuff.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's difficult because you got to balance between making posts for your followers that are trying to learn photography and then making posts for my followers that are trying to just be entertained or like view my work, or people that I'm trying to get to book my shoots.
Because that's crazy. You've been able to manage to keep both under the same umbrella, Guy X Photos on Instagram, where you have students who's in your Patreon.
It's easy though.
It's easy.
I'm gonna tell you, this is the thing though. So like a lot of photographers, they only want to post their work. But if you pay attention to what people really like on social media, they see your work. They know your work is good.
Okay.
But a lot of times the way that you can make the content to appeal to both audiences is by posting the behind the scenes. And the reason why I post behind the scenes is because it's gonna, for the photography side, it's gonna show my mentees how they can do what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then on the other side to the clients, it's showing them the photographer client interaction, which is very important.
Ooh.
So they want to see me posing the model. They want to see me fixing the hair, fixing the
Yeah.
clothes, you know what I'm saying, setting up the lights. Like they want to see that stuff so
Yeah.
that before they even book me, they already know the experience that they're gonna get.
It's crazy because it's funny because I tell my students this in my program. Your skills are not enough anymore in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So
Everybody's talented. Every camera, every camera is the same. Like they pretty much all do the same things. There's not a big difference between buying a R5 and buying a R, or buying the R5 Mark II and buying a R.
the client's not going to see the difference.
They're not. If you know what you're doing, and then clients don't really have the attention to detail that we have.
Facts.
So to them, when they're looking at a picture, it's like these two are the same. It don't make a difference. So people focus on gear and all these things, and it's like, no, you need to focus on showing your client what that experience is gonna be like. And then if you're someone like me trying to be a mentor, then you need to show how you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, because I feel like when photographers lock in so much on just skill,
Mm-hmm.
they miss out on so much more opportunities. Like you said, now now you're a mentor in this game, and I think you have like a Patreon or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been able to cater and serve both markets
Mm-hmm.
consistently.
Yep.
And none of them feels like they're being neglected, and you're drawing in non-followers consistently.
Yeah.
What would you say is your advice for photographers who's trying to grow on Instagram and feels like they can't, like it's just like they're posting their work and not getting engagement? What strategy or anything
Well, I
tips
would
would you
say
give them?
that's the main thing that so when I do my one-on-one consultations with my mentees that are in my Patreon,
Okay.
the first thing that I do after they ask like their specific questions
Mm-hmm.
is I do an IG audit,
Ooh.
because a lot of times it may not even be your work. It's just the way that your bio is set up, the way that you word things, like even out how your link looks, if you have emojis in your bio or not. Like it works for some people, it don't work for other people.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
how your page is structured is like the biggest thing. Like that's the
Yeah.
first thing
Yeah.
that I go over with them.
Do you feel like they need to be like maybe niching down? Like they need a specific clientele to focus
So
on,
my
or
thing with the niching thing,
let's talk about it.
because I feel like it can go either way, but at the
Mhm.
end of the day, to me, I have to remember like, okay, I'm an artist. So there are some artists that strictly do one thing, and then there are some artists that are like multi-talented, they can do multiple things. I personally can do multiple things, so I've built my page to the point to where I can cater to a bunch of different people,
Yeah.
but it's about understanding how you market to each niche. So like I
Hmm.
do graduation
And
photos,
all on one Instagram account,
right? I do graduation photos, I do brand photos and videos and all that
and you do
stuff.
videos. Yeah, you do videos.
Sometimes I might do a birthday shoot or whatever. So so how I market more so to brands, I don't necessarily get the deals based off of the stuff that I post on my page.
Oh, okay.
I get those deals based off of like a portfolio that I have for myself. If I reach out to the brand, or if a brand reaches out to me, I
Hmm.
can send them that. Versus for a graduation photo, they're they may not have that capacity as a client to even
Yeah.
be thinking, let me get his specific portfolio. They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
see, can he do graduation
Can he
photos?
serve me? Because
Right,
some people they want to see that you're an expert, while
right,
some people are their question is,
right,
can you serve me?
right. So when it
And you
comes
have
to
to learn how to communicate to both.
right, so it's different clients. You have to communicate to them differently. Like for instance, like I was telling you, I just closed this gig. It's a video deal and a couple pictures for
Yeah.
7,000, right?
Whoa.
The way that I have to communicate with them is completely different than
Yeah.
a regular graduation shoot. The grad shoot might be 450, 550, whatever. They just want to know how many pictures they're gonna get,
Simple.
They want to know how much time they have.
That's it.
But when it comes to the brands, they don't
It's
care
different.
about that because their main point of even doing the shoot is not just to post.
Mm,
Their main point is to make money. So when I'm communicating with them, I'm expressing the way that I can bring them value that is then gonna translate into them getting a good ROI.
yeah, because for them, this is not just a moment they're capturing like a
Right,
grad shoot. This is
right,
an investment.
right.
So your communication style has to be completely different. Where did they find you? Where did that
Completely
client find you?
different.
Was it like Instagram too?
Um, I'm pretty sure Instagram. And
Jeez.
crazy enough, it was off of a video that did you see that pink video that I did? She
I
had
seen
like
it.
a fro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they excuse me, they liked that video and they were just like, yeah, we like how you did this video. Can you shoot these videos for us?
That's so.
That was it. Now
So
this I'm about nah so cause I know they're gonna be like 7,000, which that's really not even that much.
that's not that much, y'all.
That's not
That's
that
not that
much.
much,
It's
y'all.
not.
That's light work.
So when it comes to this is why I say it's a completely different game when you want those like higher numbers
Mm.
because you have to know how to negotiate
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
have to understand sales,
yeah.
which Adonis this he knows sales and he knows negotiation. And listen,
We got to do a whole separate podcast on sales.
so so once you understand negotiation and sales, then you can start to demand those higher prices.
Mm.
What I like to typically do, which what I did with them was, of course, I asked them their budget. They
Yeah.
said that their budget was between 5 to 10,000.
Mm.
So of course, my tactic is gonna be to push it as close to 10,000 as possible,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
knowing that they're gonna try to negotiate down. But in my head, I
That's
already
good.
had a number of what I wanted.
That's good.
So when I say you have to understand how you can bring them value, I knew that if they went under the number that I wanted,
Hmm.
I could bring them another piece because they just want a video.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So when we got to the first number, I'm like, okay, how can I get back to the number that I want
Yeah.
without doing a whole bunch of work? So that's why I say being multi-talented as well can help you make a
Yeah.
little bit more. All I did was say, hey, um, what I was thinking of for the reels
Yeah.
is you're gonna need cover photos. You don't want to just post your reels and not have cover photos. You need to have
You
something that's
speaking
gonna
facts.
right because if you're marketing, you don't want to just have a still from the video. You
Nah.
need a cover photo that's
Yeah.
gonna attract your clients. So in their head, automatically she was like, that makes sense. So off rip, I was able to charge an extra, I think 1,200,
Wow.
and that's just 6 pictures.
That's it.
So it's about understanding the language of how I can bring you value
Yeah.
versus how many pictures are you gonna get or
Yeah. While
you know.
another photographer, they probably are just like you. They started in one
Mhm.
niche. You started with grads. You were going viral all the time with grads. And imagine had you said, no, I just got to keep posting grad. I can't post this other fire piece of
Yeah.
content that's not a graduation shoot.
Mhm.
You would have missed out on that.
Yeah, you gotta cast that net out. But I would say you could do it or not. Like
Mm,
it's up to you if you want to niche down or not. I know a lot of guys they preach niching down because it's a lot easier to focus because you're pretty much doing the same thing over and over again.
yeah.
So you really can become like a super expert. You can become the authority in that space.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
It's not for everyone.
right, so if that's your goal, then yeah, do that. But if you're just trying to get money,
Yeah.
I'm
You
saying
want to
you
cast
can
a
you
wider net.
yeah you can cast a wider net and shoot as much as
Yeah.
shoot as whatever you want.
And really the client and really it opens you up to for more people to reach out to you.
Mhm.
What would you say to photographers who don't I feel like there's some photographers like I do the whole Instagram audit with my mentees too.
Mhm.
There's some photographers who prioritizes promoting their logo versus their own face. What has been your experience between saying I'm just going to promote logo versus actually showing your face on Instagram consistently, like
It's a
building
good
your name?
question. Very good question. I would say the biggest difference is understanding the separation between marketing and branding.
Ooh.
So marketing, you're more so like that would be like the logo side, in my opinion. But branding is where you will be showing your face. So like how I said the behind the scenes, that's how I brand myself. Because
Mm,
I know that my superpower is having an attention to detail. And if however I can show that to people
yeah,
is how people are gonna view my brand.
yeah,
So as far as showing your face, I always say show your face as
yeah,
much as you can. Like that's that's gonna be my advice every time. Take pictures of yourself, even though I barely do it, but I take a lot of behind the scenes and a lot of videos of myself.
yeah,
So yeah, and branding is very important. I think that's what a lot of photographers lack.
yeah. They're
They
hiding behind the skill and the talent.
they so focused on marketing that they're not understanding that the job that we do until you scale up, you have to focus on branding because you are your business.
Yeah, yeah.
Until you have people shooting for you, you are your business. People want to know what the business is about.
They want to know who they're coming in contact with. It's not like when they get to the session, they're meeting with the logo. No, they're meeting with you specifically. They want to know who they're interacting with. It's
Especially girls. Like
mm,
you gotta understand, most of the people that are taking pictures are women. Most photographers are males. There's already the dynamic and there's already the stigma of
stigma.
is he creepy?
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? So when you can show that the experience is not going to be creepy, they're not going to feel uncomfortable, they're going to feel like they can trust you because they saw that you do this with someone else, that's going to increase your bookings off rip. Like that just builds trust out the gate.
So you're not only using your Instagram platform to show I'm talented, but you're also using it to build trust, to break down barriers and thoughts
Mhm,
they have.
mhm,
Like they're going to your page, they're saying, okay, he's skilled, he's perfect, but he's charging a lot. Is he weird? And then they
mhm.
go to your reels and they see you interacting with people and you're just breaking that belief immediately.
Yeah, that's a big thing. They want to know, like, are they going to be comfortable? Because a lot of them have been through certain experiences with other photographers,
Yeah.
and there's already a lack of trust for the photographers in the industry, especially in Atlanta. So they want to know, like, when I book with this person, am I going to get my pictures back? Are they gonna be on time?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Am I gonna have to worry about him asking me to do anything weird? Like, is he gonna
Hmm.
flirt with me?
Hmm.
They want to know all of these things, and
Yeah,
I've found that the simplest way to do it is to one, like I said, brand yourself. So show your face, talk on camera,
yeah,
and then two, um, show the behind the scenes so that they can see what it's
yeah.
gonna be like.
Because when they're looking at the behind the scenes content, they're also able to see how the person is reacting
Hmm.
to you. Are they
Hmm.
comfortable? Are you?
Hmm.
Do they look weird?
Yep.
And you wouldn't. And if you're a weirdo, you're not going to intentionally pull out a camera and vlog.
Yeah.
You're not going to get behind the scenes if you're a weirdo.
Yep.
you
Because they don't want no evidence. But we ain't gonna go down there. we gonna
We're not even gonna do that.
we gonna
But
leave
but
that where it
that's just
is.
crazy because that's been like my experience too. Here in Atlanta is ever since my friend Jalen Graphics, ever since she told me, Adonis, show your
Jalen is the
face.
GOAT, man. Shout out to Jalen.
Yeah, shout out to her. But ever since she told me, Adonis, show your face, show your face, show your face, I started doing that. It was insane. Even though I didn't
Okay,
do
so
the reels,
look.
I started doing the reels after I seen you doing it.
Hmm.
The reels behind the scenes, you and Stretch Life, I started seeing y'all, and I said, man, I got to do more of that. And,
Hmm.
and honestly, truthfully, I was only doing it for to get more creators and photographers tuning into
Hmm.
my content. But
And you
clients
started
were
getting
tuned
booked.
in.
Tell you.
I didn't care about
Bro,
bookings,
I
bro.
understood it from so long ago. I'm like, if I could show them, because I do more than just the pictures. Like, I be making the
Yeah.
outfits, I design the sets, like, I do all this
Wait,
stuff.
hold on, pause. Y'all, please go check this man's Instagram out. I'm not trying to promote him for y'all to go follow him. Y'all don't even gotta follow. Just scroll through this man's Instagram. This man be designing clothes. He
Yeah.
designs sets from the ground up. This man builds sets. This if you've been to a studio in Atlanta, he's probably built something at that studio. Maybe
No, for real.
like he's probably built something at that studio you're
For
at.
real.
It's crazy.
So that's the thing, though. How would anybody know that if I'm just showing the pictures?
If all you showed was the final product, like I think there's this one. I'll see if I can throw it in the
Hmm.
in the podcast. There's this one where you did the Chanel shoe.
The surfboard, yeah, everybody.
I would have thought you just went to a custom studio.
Yeah, nah, I built a whole set.
Went from the whole thing. I think it's also on your YouTube channel. You
Hmm.
showed the ins and out of
Got the
building the
behind the scenes on
whole
there.
thing.
Yeah, bro. People, that is like the biggest thing for me.
So here I go. Here I go. They're thinking of booking me. They send me that concept, that Chanel set. Like, hey, where's the set in Atlanta? I'm
Hmm.
scratching my head like, dang, they about to book Guy.
Listen, and that's okay. So that's another point too. That's another point of how I attract people is because when I do stuff like that, nobody else has it.
Nobody.
So you have to come to me.
You
You have
have
no
to. Like
choice.
they're looking at me like, oh, I want to go to this Chanel set.
Right.
What studio is this at? And I'm like,
Right. And they may want to go to somebody else,
yeah.
but it's like it's gonna sound crazy. But at the end of the day, it is like as a business owner, you are in competition, which I don't really believe in competing, but
Yeah. It's not competition. It's more so of, to me, it's a fair game. To me, it's a fair game. It's a
Right.
game. It's like, it's a video game. That's how I see it.
right.
Like, it's a video game. There's all these creators around, and may the best creator win in terms of
Right.
per client. Because
Right.
every client's going to say, no, I prefer not. But sometimes you may lose out on a client simply because of how much you're hiding.
How I think about it is we really on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I love basketball.
Yeah.
We're really on the same team. It's just that some players might score more points than others.
That's it. Yeah.
We're not really competing against each other. We are competing against other industries
Yeah.
to be able to make money for ourselves, i.e., score points.
Yeah, literally. That's it.
So one player might score more points than the other, but it's just based on this player might be dunking more. Or he might be shooting threes more. You know what I'm saying?
You just got to step out more because you're missing out on
Somebody
so
else
much.
might just be doing layups. You know what I'm saying? So you're only going to score based on how much you're doing, which I already know you know this, but it's the be a little, do a little, have a little.
Yep.
Be a lot, do a lot, have a lot.
Yep.
So if you're doing more, you're gonna have more. That's just how it is.
That's it. It's never anything else.
So I just do more.
That's
And then
crazy.
if they can't do more, that don't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't have that booking, that's on you. Maybe they'll find me, maybe they won't.
So what other type of content do you recommend people do on Instagram? You mentioned behind the scenes content, reels. You mentioned your actual photo shoots. You also mentioned showing like you working on other things outside of actually taking the pictures that still contribute to the pictures.
Right.
So what else? Because I even had like a video. I was building a box. That video went viral. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So what else would you recommend? Like getting
That's what I'm
content
saying.
out?
You really could do anything, but it's just about becoming an authority in that whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is just focusing on consistency.
Yeah.
So whatever kind of video you choose to do,
Mhm.
whether you want it to be educational, whether you want it to just be comedic,
You definitely be doing the comedic.
right? Whether you want it to just be entertaining, like whatever you choose to do that.
Mhm.
But you have to be consistent with it, and you gotta be patient with it, because eventually it's gonna happen. Like there's no way it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you just gotta be patient with it.
Yeah, because sometimes it's hard to push through those low views days. You getting low views, you put all that work out, and then just to get no views.
And also, what you just said reminded me, as far as branding too, don't be scared to show your personal life.
Ooh, okay.
Because
Explain,
a lot of
explain.
times we showing our work, but people are interested in who you are as a person too. So that's another way to build trust as well. So like with me, I work out a lot. I go to
Okay.
the gym a lot. So I post my gym content on my story most of the times. If I'm doing a shoot, I'll post a little snippet, a little behind the scenes of the shoot. If I'm cooking, I might post a video of me cooking. Like you never know. I just want to give you a day to day so you know behind the Instagram page, he's a real person. He's relatable.
Yeah,
You feel comfortable talking to him. People, so like sometimes people will message me, not because they want to shoot, just because they want to have a conversation with me. And then 4, 5, 6 months down the line, they be like, "Oh, my cousin wants to do this, that, and the third. I'm gonna send them your information."
And here goes a booking 6 months later. They're not even going to try to search for a photographer. Even if maybe there's someone else who's probably less expensive than you, probably as talented as you, but probably charges way less. Probably has more availability than you. You probably can't shoot them until next week. They're like, dang, I can't shoot with Guy till next week. I can just book somebody else. They're not even going to look.
Because now you have what's called mental real estate.
Ooh.
I've ingrained a property in your mind, and my property is named photography. So you think like a block, right?
And
Let's
wait,
say like a
and hold on, you did that without showing off your photography. You was just showing off you going to the gym. You was
just
just
myself. So I think of it as like a strip mall, right?
mm-hmm.
Everybody's brain has like a strip mall inside of it. And each little store is something different that they need in their life.
Yeah.
So when you think of if you need some water, where you gonna get water from? Like what company?
You literally Dasani, you can
Right.
go to what's this
If you
Saratoga
want some chocolate, what you thinking?
Godiva chocolate.
If you want a burger,
Five Guys easily.
right? So my job is to get that kind of mental real estate inside of that person's head. And the way that those brands do it is they're constantly seeing you, you constantly interacting with them. Like that's how you ingrain yourself inside of their brain. So when they have that strip mall, I need one of those properties
That's it. That's it.
to be Guy X Photo when they think of photography.
Yeah. And immediately the second they need a bookcase, second they
Right.
need any service, I might at least ask him first.
Right. So if you're only posting one picture a month, people will forget about you. But
Yeah.
if you're constantly uploading something to your story where they're interacting with you, they're thinking about you. If
Mhm.
you're posting the behind the scenes on your page, if you're still posting your work, like if you posting every day, you're gonna command that mental real estate.
That attention from them.
Mhm.
And whether however you get it, whether they start talking to you in DM about, oh, what would you recommend for this workout?
Mhm.
Or they're asking you questions about
Right.
why you're cooking so late, LOL,
Right.
like anything.
Yep. Anything.
That's crazy.
I just want you to think about me. Like I don't whatever you think, I just want you
It
to
doesn't
think about
matter.
me.
I'm on your mind. That's
Because
it.
you know I'm a photographer. So at some point, you're gonna be like, at some point, somebody's gonna need some kind of photos in your family,
Yeah.
whether you need the photos or somebody that you know, it's gonna happen. So I want to be the first person that you think of when you think of photography.
And meaning it puts you in a position where obviously you're doing this full time, but you don't ever have to wake up the next month worrying about a bag.
Mhm.
Because you know
Mhm.
and you've taken up real estate in so many people's minds
Mhm.
that I just need like 10 of y'all to book me this month. 20 of
Yeah.
y'all, that's it.
Yeah, bro. It's just about being in people's face 24/7 as much as you can. Now I did slow down on posting, just
Okay.
more for like personal reasons, but
Okay.
typically I'm posting every day on multiple platforms to just try to be in front of as
Yeah.
many people as possible.
And it works. And then so what platforms are you trying to take over this year?
Um, I really want to get on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
TikTok, because I post a video on TikTok and it's so easy to grow. Like
Wow.
literally, it's just so easy to grow on TikTok. My goal for the end of the year with TikTok is 100K,
Okay. Let's go.
and I
Let's
think
go.
I could do
Let's
100K.
go. We're gonna replay this video again.
I'm
Let's
at
go.
14K right now. I think I could hit 100K.
What today is today? What today is, y'all? What today? Let's hold them
30.
accountable. April 30th. Let's go.
By the end of the year, I think I could do 100K
Let's
for
get it.
sure.
Bet. Awesome. Well, what any final advice you want to give to photographers, creators? Any final advice on social media tips?
I would say just stay true to yourself. That's the number one thing. Have respect for yourself. Don't let other people disrespect you. Understand your value and charge what you're worth. If you feel like you're worth 100, charge 100. If you feel like you're worth 20,000, charge 20,000.
Be confident in it.
Right. Be creative. And don't let anybody hold you back. But first and foremost, the number one thing is you gotta put God first.
Let's go.
In all things that you do, seek first the kingdom,
And
and
everything.
all these things shall be added unto you. So that would be my advice for creatives. And maybe join the Patreon. I don't know.
Y'all check him out. All his information will be in the description below. He has a Patreon with so many students who are learning. Before we even leave, tell them what else you have. Like, what do you do in Patreon? I know you have a lot of students in there, photographers. What do you do
Yeah,
in
so
Patreon?
in Patreon, I have about 360-ish people right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to grow it to 1,000.
Amazing.
But what I do in there is I do exclusive behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I do one-on-one coaching calls. So when you're a member, you can get a coaching call every month for free.
Wow.
30 minutes, but we usually end up
Going way
over
easily.
that.
Always like
Yeah.
that with my students. Yeah.
Um, I do. We have a community chat.
Yeah.
You can do a personal chat. And then if you have specific questions that you want answered, you can ask me them. I do lighting setups. I literally
Let's
do
go.
everything in
Let's
there.
go.
And honestly, I feel like because I just really want to help as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So I think for your audience, I want to do a month for free.
Y'all heard that?
So whenever this airs, y'all gonna
Y'all
get
heard
1
that?
month for free just for Adonis's
I promise y'all this is not
people.
planned. It's not
I
planned.
think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give them a month for free
Let's
in the
go.
Patreon. After that, you can stay.
I'm
You can
sure
leave.
there's gonna be real value in that for them.
Whatever you want to
Let's
do.
go.
I don't care what you do after that month.
Let's go.
But I'm telling you, once you get in there, you probably gonna want to stay. So
I'm
yeah, I'll
excited.
do that. I'll send you the link
Let's go. I'll
and
make sure I get that to y'all.
they could get in there for a month for free.
Let's go. Well, I appreciate you being here. We'll make sure all his links in the description. Please, y'all, go grab that month. That's crazy. I'm not ready. I'm sweating in the hands right now. I didn't even expect that.
And make sure y'all subscribe to this man, but he trying to grow. Like we
Let's
all
go.
trying to grow, man. You know,
Let's go.
subscribe.
All right, y'all. Well, I'll see y'all in another episode of We Thrive Social. Peace.